Hello everyone, this is morning devotion. I would like to start with 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 3 speaks about the warfare and warfare. It's when we face the warfare, we cannot respond it with our physically or naturally weapons, where it is says in 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 3, for then we walk, walk means in amplified says we live in the flesh. We are not carrying on our warfare according to the flesh and using mere human weapons. That means that we are not carrying on our warfare according to the flesh or using mere human weapon. Our human weapon is invalid, we'll say. It's no power in human weapon, because it's God never tell us to use human weapon against the kingdom of darkness. Even Second Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4 says that the weapons of our warfare are not physical, or it's not about flesh and blood. Our weapons are divinely powerful for the destruction of fortress. If we have a weapon, one of the two weapons we must be having, one is a weapon which is physical, or weapon which is divine. Now, weapon which is physical, it's against the flesh and blood, and God doesn't tell us to use it against that. And but then our weapon should be powerful to face kingdom of darkness, where the weapon of human being cannot face the kingdom of darkness, or physical weapon or carnal weapon cannot be used against the kingdom of darkness, because it's invalid, it's not powerful, it will not stand, it will not bring any fruit, it will not destroy anything against the kingdom of darkness. It's only the weapon which is divinely powerful, it can be used for the destruction of the fortress, which is in verse 4. Verse 5 says, we are destroying what we are destroying with this divine weapon, which or we can say in other words, spiritual weapon. With this, we are destroying sophisticated arguments and every exalted and proud thing that set itself against the true knowledge of God. And we are taking every thought and purpose captive to obedience of Christ. So this spiritual or divine weapon are able to destroy the sophisticated argument or every exalted or proud thing that is set itself against the true knowledge of God. Anything which is against the true knowledge of God, that spiritual weapon is enough valid, is powerful to destroy that fortress or that sophisticated arguments or every exalted or proud thing which is against the knowledge of God. And we are taking every thought and purpose captive to obedience of Christ. So that's what the spiritual weapon does. The carnal weapon is unsuccessful. Carnal or natural weapon or mere human weapon is will not never bring any fruit, will never destroy the plan of kingdom of darkness. It's just simply human weapon only see the flesh and blood. They don't see beyond that. But then good news is that somebody who's standing for the divine weapon, who is walking by faith, who has a prayer life, who has a word center, who is a Christ center. Sometimes a weapon against him will come from the darkness of kingdom of darkness. But then Isaiah 54:17 has a promise which says, no weapon that is formed against you will succeed, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you will condemn. This peace, righteousness, security, and triumph over opposition is the heritage of the servant of the Lord. See, this is a heritage of the servant of the Lord. What is a heritage? Peace, righteousness, security, and triumph over the opposition which is coming against you from the kingdom of darkness. It's a heritage actually. It's a heritage of the servant of the Lord, where there is a victory, the peace, righteousness, security. So no weapon which is formed against you will succeed, because it's from the darkness. or it can be from the flesh and blood. That will not succeed. What will succeed is the weapon of the divinely, which is powerful. With that weapon will succeed against the kingdom of darkness. So our choice is which weapon will need to choose to face daily. If today, if we are facing this new brand new day, which weapon do we want? Carnal weapon or spiritual weapon, which is divinely powerful to destroy the fortresses, or the sophisticated argument and the exalted thoughts and exalted proud things, which is against the true knowledge of God? Which weapon is important? I think, according to the Paul here, the not weapon of carnal or mere human weapon, but it's a divinely weapon, a spiritual weapon. We'll say, even Ephesians chapter 6:10 says that we have to wear a whole armor of God, which is enough to destroy the fortress of darkness. So have a good day. Think about this, meditate upon this, and have blessed day and week. Amen.